Welcome back, True Seeker. Making this video for the channel A Call for an Uprising. This person wants to slander me, they want to troll my channel, they want to troll the people who follow my work, they want to create a fake account with my name and then harass his own channel subscribers to try to make me look bad. He wants to put out a video hiding his face behind the screen and telling people he's going to murder me. It's going to be bloody, and he's going to record it. He wants to do all these things, and all I ever asked of him was to stop slandering me and stop spreading lies. In addition to those things, he also put out a video saying I have sex with my family members. Just another lie. You know, this person doesn't know who I am. He doesn't know anything about me other than what I present on this video channel. And never have I said anything such as I have sex with my family members, or that I'm an Israeli Mossad agent, or that my name's really Greenblatt. I did say that possibly my family last name is Greenblatt. My dad doesn't know who his father is. One time, his mother said the father's last name was Greenblatt, but then she took it back. You have to understand, my father, his mother had him when she was very young, a young teenager. Possible she had him with a much older man who just ran away, you know. So I explained that story, and then he wanted to, say that I'm related to the chairman of NBC, as stupid as that is, as if there's only one Greenblatt family in the world. Open your phone book. There's probably 50 Greenblatts that live in your city. Anyway, he wants to do all this slandering. Let me approach him another way, because I know he's active on my channel trolling. So, a call for an uprising. Look, here's what I do on this channel. Every day, I teach people real knowledge that they can use to see through the lies and the propaganda and all the information meant to steer them astray. For years, I've been teaching about how the numbers 42 and 59 are stamped on Black history. And now just this week, we get two historic elections, first black mayors in Montana and Minnesota, and these men have the same numbers stamped all over their names that we see all throughout history. Been teaching this since 2013, prove my case further every single day. This is stuff people actually need to know. You see, the difference between my channel and your channel is I preach a real skill, I teach a real skill, I give people real knowledge to prove their points. What you do is you search what's trending on the web, and then you make videos about what's trending with all caps titles. And in these videos, there's not any knowledge. There's a lot of opinion. There's a lot of hearsay. There's a lot of ranting. But there's nothing that your viewer can take away and use to further themselves. Nothing. I teach people how to see through how sports are scripted, not for the sake of making money or gambling, but so that they don't invest their time and energy in something that's rigged and meant to hurt them. One of the things I've taught from the beginning is how they love to punk a home audience. They love to take the energy out of a home crowd in a big game, and these people don't understand it's all rigged and scripted. You keep slandering me and lying about my sports history. You keep accusing me of a Super Bowl pick I never made. And to continue to do that for more than a year is really lame, because the whole time you've been lying about that, I've called pretty much everything right. In the last year, I've called pretty much every sports championship correct. Here, let me give you a little lesson on one you must have missed earlier in 2017 when I called the men's tournament championship North Carolina Gonzaga before it even began. Pay attention, because this would be relevant to what you speak against. I know you're against the transgender agenda. I showed how the transgender agenda was part of the rigged basketball tournament and why North Carolina would beat Gonzaga. And what did I show? I showed that bathroom bill in Gematria sums to 71. Now in your trolling, you say this is using 90 ciphers, but no, it's just 4, and it's based on the alphabetic order forwards and backwards with a little mathematics. Even an idiot can get it, so I know you're up for the task. Anyway, the tournament was set on the 71st day of the year last year. The brackets, North Carolina had a major narrative. Because of the bathroom bill, North Carolina lost having the All-Star game for the NBA. So I said, watch, they're going to make it up to them with the college championship. The bathroom bill was in the headlines from the All-Star game to the college championship. Tournament bracket comes out on the 71st day of the year. This is a big number to the Catholics. I think you're a Catholic, aren't you? Haven't you said that before? You were raised Catholic? The Catholics and the Jesuits rule the world of sports. Catholic 71. Look at how many professional athletes went to Jesuit high schools or colleges. It's overwhelming. Gonzaga is a Jesuit college. Gonzaga 71. Their name's the Gonzaga Bulldogs 71. North Carolina beat the Gonzaga Bulldogs with 71 points in the championship. And I have a long history of calling what the championships will be before any games are played and the numbers that end up being the score. You know? A long history. You're still dwelling about a Super Bowl pick that I never called. A major lie, a major slander. I've nailed everything. You know? Everything in the past year. So, you're a dishonest in your arguments. You lie, you slander. There's no truth in you. What's your Christian religion teach about liars and slanderers? There's a special place for them, right? But then you can just believe and be forgiven for all your wrongdoing. You know, some Christians have that mistaken understanding, such as yourself. But anyway, here's what else I teach. How to see through the political bullshit. And actually, I think you've learned in recent times from me to not preach to a certain side of the political field. I realize that you're learning a lot from me. You know, you're watching and you're learning and you're slandering. You're just like Russian Vids. Russian Vids began to speak just like me. He began to make the same points as me. He began to use Gematria like me, but then he'd make videos slandering me. And I remember, anytime one of you makes a video about me, the other one shares it. I'm suspicious if you two are the same person using voice modulators, hiding behind the screen, hiding your real voice. But again, the point is I teach real knowledge, things that are undeniable, how to see through the lies, the puppet show that people are caught up in. And I think even in your rants and your opinions, you're trying to tell people not to get caught up in that political puppet show, so I'll give credit where it's due. Have you ever taught people how earthquakes are rigged by the code? No, you haven't, because again, there's no evidence to any of your work. It's just all ranting and hearsay. Everything I talk about gets proven further every single day. Further every single day. You know why? Because my work's on point. That's why my channel's been deleted 10 times. That's why YouTube will hardly allow me to have a channel. That's why this channel that I created 3 days ago is up to 800 subscribers, but already over 1,000 people have been unsubscribed. People keep subbing and getting unsubscribed. They can't sub now. YouTube continues to squash my channel. They don't want my information out there. You know, YouTube lets your channel grow like a weed. You know, the types of channels YouTube lets grow are the channels that teach you relevant information, like yours. You're no threat to anyone. You're not a threat to the New World Order. There's no lesson in your knowledge and your ranting that's any threat to the New World Order. People understanding the code that they operate by, that they script their news and sports by, that's a threat. That gives away their tactics, their game plan, what I've been doing. You know, did you teach that the Astros were going to beat the Dodgers in the World Series from August on? Did you show that it was all about the number 52, and it was? Proved 1,000 times over? And then did you have the mainstream media making fun of you about how you proved the World Series was rigged by the number 52? Because I did. I've now had the mainstream media make fun of me several times for exposing what I expose. You know? I've had USA Today take a shot at me. I've had Fox Sports take a shot at me. Sports Illustrated, Vice News, an Iowa newspaper, Black Entertainment Online, all sorts of shit. Are you capturing news clips that are actually meaningful? Like a woman saying, I feel like I won the World Series in Houston right after the flood? You know? Have you ever shown how Donald Trump, his entire presidency, is scripted day by day? How even the criticism is scripted by the same code? Can you reveal what's interesting about Fire and Fury? Or the author name? Based on your ranting and hearsay? You know, Just because you have an audience of people that listen to you rant doesn't mean you're doing anything. Most people in this society, because they've been programmed by the New World Order, are addicted to mediocrity and bullshit, which is exactly what you cater to. You know, let's just look at your videos. It's time to stop pretending that they, probably says don't exist or something. Yeah, no shit, man. But how are you going to show? You know? They are really rolling it out now. Looks like some transhumanism stuff. You know, these are just the things that the YouTube conspiracy crowd is addicted to. They just watch this shit over and over and it doesn't further them anywhere. You know, these are the same people who are going out voting for Donald Trump. Same people who don't understand that Barack Obama's a puppet. You're not giving them the knowledge to see what they need to see. You know? The deep state is nothing but theater. I bet you learned that from me. I'm the one that's been exposing this deep state propaganda terminology. I know you're watching. Prepare to be roasted by 5G technology. Just more fear-mongering. You know, Alex Jones wannabe shit. Could January 8th, 2018 be a Black Monday? Who just used this clip, you know, and taught a real lesson about the history of fear-mongering in sports. But that's what you do on your channel. You just try to attract what's buzzing, scare people. I notice you're obsessed with children too, man. You talk about perverts and pedophiles a lot, but you say really creepy shit that has to do with sex, and you talk about children all the time. It almost seems like you're projecting. It almost seems like you're the real pedophile. I mean, last week you uploaded a half-hour video mumbling about me having sex with my family and me being a pedophile. The same time last year that you put up a video accusing me of that as well, all of a sudden on some bullshit website of sexual predators, somebody made an entry of my name, and I have a feeling it was you. And that's a really sick fucking thing to do, to put a false entry of somebody on a sexual predator website. You know, that happened at the exact same time you and Russian Vids put out the video making that false accusation. Meanwhile, it's always you talking like you have a 10-year-old audience. When you were ranting about me, you asked if I worry about the 10-year-olds I'm speaking to. I don't expect 10-year-olds to be watching my videos. I'm talking to adults and young people of age who are looking for truth. You know, you're the one with the all-caps headlines catering to Miley Cyrus, Justin Bieber, things that preteens and early teens are into. That's you who makes those videos. You know? For your they are trying to silence this video, you should have just talked about me. Deleted now on my 11th channel since June of 2017. You know? Your channel didn't really get deleted. Stop lying. We know why your channel went down. All the shills channels went down 5-6 months after the fact, so you guys didn't look like such obvious shills. All the real truthers got deleted in June. They deleted you when? November, December, your channel's already back up to 80,000 subs? I'm sure, man. Why don't you teach some real knowledge about Gematria? Computer equals 666, internet 666. So anyway, I mean, what are you teaching? Can you reveal what's interesting about Ivanka and Trump being the winner of the 58th U.S. presidential election? Why he hired the 58-year-old Steve Ray? Why he announced he was running from the 58-story Trump Tower? You giving people real knowledge? Huh? We know you're not. You call why the Celtics would beat the Cavs, why the Warriors would beat the Rockets, why the Cavs would beat the Blazers, 3 for 3 the last 3 days. When I make picks, they're almost always right. You know, I have a long track record of correct picks and scores, and you just want to keep focusing on one pick I never made. You know, it just makes you look pathetic. You are pathetic, man. That's why I'm doing this. Setting the record straight. Any of your viewers who think you're the truth, you're some Christian, some, you know, person to look up to and follow, these people are sheep. I'm trying to help the sheep out. You know? You're the spitting image of Satan, man. Hiding behind the computer, trying to prey on the gullible Christian who will just believe anyone who says they're Christian. There's not a single thing that's Christian about you. The Christian way is to turn the other cheek. You know, you're talking about eye for an eye. You're Old Testament. You know, you say you hate the Jews. Do you know that Jesus was a Jew? You know, the Old Testament is mainly where all the New Testament stuff comes from. A third of the New Testament is rehashed of the Old Testament. How can you be a Christian and hate the Jews? Doesn't make any sense. You know? You hate the Zionist Jews, maybe. You hate the Talmud thumpers. You know? They got the book about boiling Jesus in semen and all sorts of sick shit. But you remind me of a Talmud thumper. You know? You speak like a Talmud thumper. You lie like a Talmud thumper. Talmud say it's okay to lie to people who aren't Jews. We can't even see who you really are, man. Anyway, you teach your viewers about the bomb cyclone and the history of weapons testing in the air, below ground. You know, my work's relevant. I talk about that. Later that same day, suspicious earthquake in San Francisco. You know, my work's relevant. September 4th, I said there's going to be a major earthquake in near days. It's all about 93. Boom, happened 3 days later, September 7th on the 93rd meridian in Mexico, having Gematria in 93. I teach real knowledge. Stuff I talk about hits every single day, every single week, every single hour, you know? Stuff you talk about, you're just talking, you know? Nobody can verify your work, you're just talking noise. See the difference? Mr. Christian, Revelation 13:18, about the man with wisdom will know how to calculate the number of the beast. Were you able to calculate the beast? The Black Panther is 666 on 1/3/18, like Rev 13:18. Are you giving your people knowledge? See? You talk about John Gruden and 135, and then 2 days later, ESPN has a story flashing that number around about Gruden becoming the coach. See, my work just proves itself every single day. Every single day. What's your work prove? Huh? You know, you're talking about sick things in all your videos. Bestiality, pedophilia, rape, murder. You're just emphasizing these things. You're talking about dark, demented, sick things, and just repetitively in every single video. You know, you'll start a video on the computer, you're talking about bestiality. You know, you always go to the same talking points, man. You show people what was actually up with this thing in LA? How it was synced up with the world of basketball and the World Series? You didn't, because you don't know. Because you don't teach real knowledge. You just jabber on about shit. You're probably talking about bestiality, you know? For all your followers who don't know, I drop real knowledge. Houston Astros, I told the world why they'd win the World Series long before they did. Houston Astros equals 51 in Gematria. From the day they won the World Series to the day of this launch over Los Angeles, who the Astros beat in the World Series, was 51 days later. Conspiracy equals 51, outer space 51, moon 51, federal 51. Think about Area 51. The Houston Rockets, the basketball team, are in their 51st season, and their star player, James Harden, in back-to-back games in LA scored 51 points. The second time was 51 days after the World Series when the launch happened. Houston Astros, space travel, sky, space, rockets, rocket launch, so we're told. See, that's real knowledge. You can listen to this guy jabber on for 12 and a half minutes, you won't have jack shit to show for it. Loss of life. You know? Has he ever taught you what's interesting about the word they? They equals 58, like Freemasonry, like secret society, like Solomon's Temple, like Washington, like United States, like we the people, like don't tread on me, like Annuit Coeptus. Why it was important that Trump won the 58th U.S. presidential election after announcing from the 58-story Trump Tower. Hiring the 58-year-old Steve Ray. Ivanka equals 58. All through the thing, the camera lens was on Ivanka Trump. You know, the whole day of that inauguration, the camera couldn't come off Ivanka. Ivanka 58. You know? Now you got this author, Michael Wolff 58. His bombshell about how Ivanka wants to be president. See, you understand the code, you pay attention to what I'm teaching, showing. You learn things. You learn real knowledge. Then you don't need to listen to somebody jabber on for 15 minutes about shit that they don't know what they're talking about. Somebody that just lies. You know? That's why this guy doesn't put his face on the screen. That's why you don't know who his name is. That's why he has a introduction that looks like it was made by the Illuminati. Taco Bell Illuminati. What did he teach you here? I already know. He taught you jack shit. Belluminati has the same gematria as Bavarian Illuminati, which is 188. And if you add 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 10 plus 50 plus... Did I skip a 20? Anyway, if you add up the US dollar bill denominations, 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100. You add those together, 188. Illuminati symbolism all over the dollar, what they're showing in this commercial. Also, the first three numbers on the bill in that commercial, 235, Federal Reserve equals 235. Belluminati also has gematria of 235. Up here, he's trying to show you the Freemason logo. The compass on the tops, each leg's kicked out at 23.5 degrees. You see? You want to learn something about a call for an uprising? Learn my knowledge and then pay attention to everything he doesn't show you in the video, which is everything you need to know. You know? His symbol has the all-seeing eye. He likes to put the eyes up in his things. This is all mocking. You know, this is their symbolism. This is they. The word pyramid equals 86. The word triangle equals 86. The word symbol equals 86. The founder of Taco Bell, he died at age 86, and his name equals 86. So does Eye of Providence, which is the all-seeing eye on the dollar bill. Just like how there's the eye in the middle of this triangle. Taco Bell. So anyway, a call for an uprising. You want to defend yourself against me? Show how your work is worth a shit. Because I already know it's not. The only people who follow you are sheep. Period. Anyone who calls themselves a Christian and follows you is a follower of Satan. A minion of Satan. Like you are. There's no excuse for you. Your work is shit. You're full of shit. You're a liar. You're a slanderer. You're trying to cut me down with lies. I'm the only person on YouTube whose work is worth a shit. I'm the only one who actually exposes anything. You're like the rest of the trash on this platform, talking out of your ass, no knowledge, no evidence for anything. You know? You can just see what a troll you are. All caps. Who writes in all caps besides trolls? How many eyes are in your... So anyway. Here's what I want you to do, a call for an uprising. I know you're too scared to put your name or face out there, even though the big man that you are posted my address on the internet last year, you know, talking about how you're going to whoop my ass and kill me, putting my address out there. Why don't you show up to my house yourself, big talker? You know? You said, I'll throw you some balls. I bet you can't hit them anywhere. Yeah, you throw me some balls. I'm going to show you how good with a baseball. I'm going to stuff one right in your fucking mouth on a comebacker, dumb motherfucker. Then I'm going to hit one off each shin. Then I'm going to hit you right in the nuts. Yeah. You'll learn a lesson. Anyone who's ever talked shit to me on a sports field has gotten their ass handed to them. Just like you would. Big talker from behind the screen. Here's what you can do, though. By hiding your face and name, you can call into the radio show. Wednesday night, 6 to 9 on the West Coast. 9 to 12 on the East Coast. And I'm pretty sure you're on the West Coast. You call in. You call in and defend yourself. Don't get drunk again and make some video rambling all these lies or uploading one of your slander pieces from before like some lazy asshole. You call in this week and you tell me why you're trolling me and you're slandering me and you're spreading all this bullshit information. If you have any fucking balls, that's what you're going to do. 213-233-3998. That's the number. You know what happened last year. You and Jeff C. tried to debate me 2-on-1. You both got your asses handed to you. You quit YouTube the next day. You cried about it. Then you came back, and you've been trolling and slandering ever since. And the only reason that debate happened is because you were talking shit about me. A big mistake. You know, you got put in your place. Your handlers, they said, you're not capable. You need to go back to training. So they sent you on a 1.5, 2-month training or whatever it was, getting ready to come back and try to fight me with the slanders. You and your camp, they got nothing. Call in, 213-233-3998. Show me you have more balls than Russian vids. I gave him this challenge 1,000,000 times because the fucking idiot made 1,000,000 videos about me. You're starting to reach that limit. You know, he used to troll my channel, you're trolling my channel. You guys remind me of the same thing. Call in, buddy. Call in. Let's have the debate. Let's see. Let's see who can prove themselves worthy, you know? And I'm always kind to people who call in. I let them speak. I don't cut them off. The only rule is you can't cuss on Truth Frequency Radio. So you call in. I'm going to give you the first word. You can speak for 5 minutes straight, explain to me why you've been doing what you've been doing. Then I'm going to respond. You got the first 5 minutes. 213-233-3998. You can explain why you've been attacking me and how your work's worth of shit and it's not exactly what I said. Bunch of bullshit, trying to get views, trying to reach little children, trying to put sick thoughts in their head. You know, you're a broken record, man. Pedophilia, child molestation, murder, kill, bestiality. You know, you just want to talk about that nonstop. Sick stuff. You know? Yeah, you can explain how you're a Christian too. I don't see anything Christian about you. I was raised Christian. I know all about Christians. Most of them are frauds just like you. Not all, but most. Till next time.